All right, we're up and running. That's good. If you're on this morning's call, I had a little lesson, but it ties into perfectly what we do. In life, I shared this morning that when you're dealing with anybody, Oliabo, when you're sharing with people, I want you to keep this principle. Somebody taught me this a long, long, long time ago, before I was even in business. I was a teenager. It's too bad I didn't do it in everything I did in life, but it sure helped me later in life. I think it's attributed to a lot of where I've accomplished, and it's this principle that whatever you do in life, you picture yourself holding a bucket, just like you see on the screen, and you got a dipper, or for you guys, a ladle, right? Dipper in North America, ladle in Australia, I think you call it. And the other person has a bucket and a ladle, and you can do one of three things, really. You could do nothing, stand there and look at each other, or you could be reaching over, dipping into their bucket, taking from it and adding to yours, or you could be dipping into your bucket and adding to theirs. Just like here, you could dip into your bucket. How's that happen? By you doing something, giving them something, offering them something, whatever it is, just enhancing, bettering their life in any way that you possibly can to uplift somebody, lifting up people. Is that the book from Art Williams? Pushing up people. Read that book, Pushing Up People, A.L. Williams. So you could be adding, taking from your bucket, adding to their bucket. The other option is, which a lot of people do when we're in business, we don't do it on pardon, we don't do it on purpose, but you tend to go like, oh, I'd love to have this person in my business, or this could make the difference with me getting making a trip, getting the next promotion, getting a bonus, whatever it is, paying a bill. Here comes Margie. Paying a bill, whatever it is. I'm not saying you do this intentionally, right? That bad. It's just behind. Like, it's got to be unconditional giving. But the other option is you're dipping into their bucket and adding to yours. So look, if you were to take from your bucket and add to everybody else, physics, high school, everybody teaches us this, even in little school, the more you take from your bucket, it's going to get empty, right? And if you keep it up, you keep adding and giving and giving and giving and giving to everybody, you'll end up with an empty bucket. That's physics. That's what it says. And that's supposed to happen. But we know that doesn't happen in life. Let's let Nigel in. It does not happen in life, because in life, the truth is, the more you dip into your bucket and give to others, it's just like that. I remember as a little kid in Australia reading that book. What was it called? The Magic Pudding. You remember that? There was a wombat and a crow. I can't remember the four animals. And they had a magic pudding in the damper, and every night they pulled it off the fire and the damper was full. The pudding was full. They just never ran out of food. And these four little animals went along the trail in Australia in the outback and helped everybody. That's what happens. The more you dip into your bucket and give to other people, yours just never runs out and it starts to overflow. You cannot give it away enough. So what am I talking about here? You can do that, right? I preempt this on the call because I learned about what we are going to do with that home lighthouse, right? Which is, there's two of them now. Fantastic. How many people went to that link and made a donation this morning, by the way? And we're going to be donating. It's going to be, you'll see what happens here. So we can do this by sharing with people. How are we offering to them? We're offering them a way out of fixing their problems. How many people wake up sore, stiff, sorry, hurting, sick, tired? That's just on the health aspect. And then what about they wake up tired and sick and tired of being under a financial aspect? So we offer them a story, and it's the greatest health secret that's never been told. Greatest health story that's never been told. And that company perfected the olive. Ancient wisdom, modern wellness. Oliabo is the thing. We're not an oil company. We're a company that learned about the whole tree. When you have a tree, 7,500 years, who has gone and watched it in your studio? Have you watched that second last, I believe it is now, podcast where they talk about it from the Sumerians and the papyrus papers and 7,500 years ago? Pardon me, teaching us about the olive tree, a tree that, today in the blue zones in Italy, that's 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old, 500, 600 years old, and it still produces a fruit, an olive fruit at that age, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 or 1,500, 2,000-year-old tree still producing fruit. That tree had to develop anti-aging properties. That tree had to develop longevity properties to do that. There's nothing like it on the planet. And those properties, our company's the first one to do it, and we offer it to people through what we have, Olivectum. Sounds like a prescription. It's not. What is Olivectum? Olivectum's our trademark blend where we learn to go and get a lurapine, a very powerful phytonutrient, a polyphenol out of the leaf, because the leaf protects the tree to help that tree produce the fruit, and verbascicide, another powerful phytonutrient polyphenol out of that tree. And the verbascicide comes from the pulp of the fruit and the seed of the fruit. And why'd they do a deep dive into that? Because they've known for 7,000 years that the benefits of oleocanthal, the number one anti-inflammatory known to man, and oleocanthal comes from the oil itself. So that's another powerful phytonutrient, another powerful polyphenol. And we've taken all of those and brought them to you in a great product. The 2 large capsules, oleocanthal, chocolate block full of it. High phenolic, 3-month early pre-harvest, extra virgin olive oil infused with rosemary and really jam-packed with oleocanthal extract. Put into a capsule. You're not just taking a capsule of olive oil. Then Olivectum, what I just showed you here, right there, the whole tree. The leaf extract and the pulp fruit seed extract in the second. So there's the second product in one. And then the third product, Rosa, which is in the same pack right here in this tin. Great marketing, a daily pillow pack. You can open it up. I'm not going to show my fingers. I've been fixing my lawn equipment late this afternoon here. Got grubby fingers, but that's so convenient. Gordon, Joe, what they do? They took what I just told you, put it into a daily pack for you. And that's what we can do to help people, because we know what happens when people take this once a day, if not twice a day. They all have remarkable results. That's very important. You're offering them something, right? You're dipping into your bucket and adding to theirs. They wake up with more energy. They wake up and not stiff and sore. They can got flexibility. Things that go wrong, their plumbing that's been going wrong. This upstairs, it short circuits all the time, tends to not short circuit so much. And then we're able to, from that, Margie on the call knows all about this, to take the same products, but have a couple of extra things like huge doses of squalane, that comes from the olive tree, but mangosteen pericarp from the mangosteen fruit, an exotic fruit out of here, Southeast Asia, where I live, see it in the middle, and that'd be a topical form. This works from the inside out, and this is to what? Fix those problems right away. How do we do that? You get relief. There are 50 servings in this, 50. Put it on where you hurt, or just put, I got some on my finger. You know, I'm going to put it right there on my forehead. And someone goes, what are you doing? Well, I have a little bit of a headache this afternoon. So there you go. Kind of give my head some relief. 15 to 20 minutes, you get relief. And you know, the beauty of this product lasts all day, right? Margie knows that. Lasts all day. A friend up there on the Hunter, he knows it. He's got his product now. And then we took it one step further with Ashley, our formulator, certified skincare and organic formulator with Visa Lux. And we got another line, the extra 2 products that go with Visa Lux. And what do you do with this product? Just fabulous for those, you know, right here. That's how you look like you're 50 when you're 1 or 2 years shy of 70. You just rub it on. If Trish was on this call, I'd put the camera on her, because that's incredible. Margie, you know, you don't even realize, Margie, you look in the mirror every single day. You're not seeing the difference in you. So 3, look at that. Cosmetics. What a market. And we have it, $27 right there for you. So we're adding to people. We're giving them, remember, dipping into your bucket, unconditionally giving it to them. So I want you to reach in your heart and say to yourself, who do I know? Who do I know that I could help? That'll get you over it. That'll stop you thinking about it as a business, and you're just genuinely helping people. When you go to help people with an unconditional attitude, they know it. It's how love works. Love, the one force that the creator created everything in this universe, and that's why it works. And by the way, we got olive oil. Where's my olive oil? Right here. I got one more shot left in the bottom, and then I got my 3 bottles last night, and I can go again. I'm going through 3 bottles and a bottle a week. What am I doing? I don't put it on my salad. Yeah, I do a little bit sometimes when I cook meat, but you know what I've been doing lately? right there. 1 tablespoon in the morning, 2 tablespoons right before I go to bed. Incredible difference, making a huge difference to me. Could you tell that story? Well, we have this tool. It's called Primavera. It'll tell the story for you. I better do this right before I do that. I better optimize my sound. You see, you folks are watching this replay. You don't have to be smart, but you have this tool. It's in your studio.
Long before wellness became an industry, there was a tree. A tree that learned how to survive. Heat, wind, drought, time. One that never chased attention, only light. The olive tree. For more than 6,000 years, it has stood at the center of human life. Food, medicine, symbol, inheritance. Groves planted not for a season, but for a future. Care passed from one generation to the next. Inside every harvest is more than oil. Chemistry, shaped by sun and stress. Polyphenols created to protect the tree, and remarkably, to protect us. That's why olive cuttings crossed continents, why kitchens became pharmacies, why something ancient still matters. The olive tree doesn't promise urgency, it promises endurance. Not quick fixes, daily rituals. Small acts, repeated, long enough to matter. At Oliabo, we didn't invent this wisdom, we listened for it and shaped it for modern life. What if daily support didn't require more time, only better design? Not another bottle, not another routine, just one small moment already prepared. The olive fruit carries nourishment, the leaf, protection. Two parts of the same story, rarely brought together. Inside the fruit are compounds shaped by ripening and pressure. Inside the leaf, molecules designed to defend the tree. Different roles, complementary strengths. So we asked a better question. What if they worked together? Through a proprietary process designed to preserve delicate phytonutrients, we capture what matters most from both the fruit and the leaf. Not more ingredients, better ones, working together. For thousands of years, the olive protected itself. Now it can protect us. The result, Olivectin, a proprietary blend shaped by science and respect for the source, captured in a single Prima packet, measured, protected, ready when you are. Wellness doesn't happen in theory. It happens daily. Ancient biology, modern delivery, one simple ritual with intention. Oliabo sets the olive standard in wellness. It's our focus and our passion. The olive tree, distilled for everyday life and still growing. And this is only the beginning.
There you go. Unmute. I'm going to stop sharing just for 1 second because I'm not going to go through the pay plan just yet. I'm going to do this for you. You see, you could start, remember I talked about adding to someone else's bucket, dipping into yours and doing it unconditional by offering something that's going to change their life. But then every time you offer this to someone, guess what? You can help them change their financial future because this $25 paid to you every week. So what does that mean? 4 of these, 4 people, and your product is being covered. $25 paid to you. And then month after month, as people order, whatever they're ordering their Flex, they're ordering their Visa Lux, they're ordering their oil, they're ordering their Prima, month after month, No hoops to jump through, no rigmarole, no circus acts, no breakage. The company pays you on all of the orders, every single one of those orders. It's that simple. It's just straight, pure volume. But you know, the best way I know how to share what we have here, could talk to you about, am I off and we're in the middle? I could just talk to you about one thing our company offers. They want to reward you, and you guys have, and it's going to go on and on every 3-4 months. We're going to do another one, another one. You know, I just got off a phone call at lunchtime. Actually, I've been playing mechanic quite a bit today. My bike ran out of gas in the middle of taking my wife to school to have lunch with the kids. Can't figure it out. I just put gas in it this morning and it ran out. I figured I had to have a leak in my gas tank or my fuel line or my fuel filter or something. So I'm pushing the bike along the highway. She's yelling and screaming at me. And guess what? I decided I would change the mood. And I called up a gal. And the gal I called up, you guys have seen her with her testimony, is Julia. And why did I call up Julia? Because I wanted to ask her. I said, have you got your ticket booked? You see, months ago, Julia qualified for this trip. Yep, we got some people in our team going on this trip. I was on the phone with a couple other people. You know, there's people in our company's doing really well. There's quite a few people making five figures a month US with this company. But you could be going there, and if you know what? This pay plan will do it over and over and over and over. Every 90 days, we're going to give you a big bonus. And every year to every 6 months, you watch what happens. So you could be eating right there on the canal in Venice, going down on a gondola, staying at the best Hilton, because our company loves to reward you. And that's why our pay plan is the way it is. It just rewards you. So I want you to think about how you could help people fix their financial goal while you listen to this. Spanking you watching this, get back to the person that shared this little clip with you, go to their site, click on shop now, and you'll see what we're talking about. There you go.